If the sky turns black, it don't matter. We know the sun is coming up. Feel so strong, it won't shatter. We were born to run.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ignition Wrestling. I'm your host, the Gavmeister, and welcome to WWE Smackdown review. Once again, I apologise for the couple of late videos. I had some personal issues during the week, so I wasn't able to get my Raw review or Smackdown review up until today, and better late than never, eh? And yeah, it probably won't happen again, but sometimes when you have family problems, they come first really, so I simply didn't have time to do it. Anyway, Smackdown opened up with Daniel Bryan versus Christian. Daniel Bryan was seriously over here, as he has been for a couple of months now. Christian, not so much, didn't get a great reaction, but got a mild pop. But yeah, crowd was pretty hot for this match. Back and forth match, really strong. Both guys are very good in the ring, especially Daniel Bryan. Usually puts on entertaining matches, as does Christian. And yeah, really enjoyed this match. Great way to start SmackDown, although there wasn't a huge explanation as to why they're facing each other. They've just sort of thrown Money in the Bank contestants together without a real reason to explain why they're actually fighting, but that's just me nitpicking really. Quick little thing, I do go on some of the internet wrestling forums. I see people calling this match absolutely fantastic, great match, best TV match of the year. Whoa guys, let's not go fucking crazy. I mean, it was a good match, it was a very good match, I enjoyed it, but let's not fucking go mental here. It's funny how the IWC overreacts whenever they see fucking two of their favourites in the ring together. But yeah, good match, but calm the fuck down guys, I mean, jeez. Yeah, I forgot to tell you who won that match, but yeah, Daniel Bryan wins with the no lock, and yeah, good match. Anyway, moving on, we come to a backstage segment with Teddy Long basically telling Dolph Ziggler he's giving him the night off. So Dolph Ziggler replies by saying, I don't want the night off, I want to go out there, I want to show off, I want a match, I want to be out there. But Teddy Long says, nope, you've been interfering in Del Rio's matches, I don't want to get fired like Vicky Guerrero did, so yeah, go home. Anyway, this leads us to our next match of the night, pardon me guys, which is Seth Rollins from the Shield against Jey Uso. Could have been Jimmy, but yeah, they're twins, so they pretty much look the same, so yeah, I can't really remember. It was an okay match. I was pretty bored, to be honest. Seth Rollins ends up winning with his finisher. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, maybe they're going to give it a name recently, because they'll probably change it from its NXT name, but we'll see, eh? But yeah, it wasn't a bad match. The match served the purpose, considering these guys are fighting on the kickoff at Money in the Bank. So yeah, some people are a bit up in arms at the fact this is on the pre-show. But you'll get my views on that in the Money in the Bank preview / predictions video coming up soon. But solid match, which Seth Rollins wins. Moving on, after some recaps of Raw, we come to Curtis Axel versus Chris Jericho. Jericho is pretty over as usual, getting his usual reaction, working the crowd during this match. It was a pretty good back and forth match. I've said before in some of my previous videos, I like Curtis Axel. I like what he brings to the table, and he's got plenty of time to improve. Anyway, this match goes back and forth for a while, some good spots, and it ends with Curtis Axel getting a bit distracted on the outside. Jericho hits him, and Jericho ends up winning via countout. Now after this match, Curtis Axel starts getting really frustrated, hitting the floor, hitting the canvas, destroying commentator's desk, and they're showing some interesting character development, and I like this. He's not just a clean-cut, boring heel. He's actually got some development to his character, and I like this. Hopefully it becomes something more, and Curtis Axel can become better than your typical bullshit heel. So yeah, not a lot more to say about this, but it served its purpose going into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view because it's showing a little bit of vulnerability in Curtis Axel's character to make you think The Miz has got a chance. I'll let you know my thoughts on it on the preview video, but I enjoyed this. Okay, now we come to the shitty monster that is Ryback against with a rematch pardon me, with The Miz. As you'd expect, this match was terrible, just like their last match. It was boring until Ryback started holding his knee, you know, I can't continue, my knee hurts. And The Miz is like, what's going on? And then Ryback explodes out of the corner with his meat hook clothesline. And then hits the shell shock for the 1-2-3. They're still playing up this Ryback injury angle. Maybe so they're trying to make him look vulnerable. So when he overcomes the odds against Jericho, it's going to look like he did it while injured. Maybe they're slowly turning Ryback onto a winning streak again rather than jobbing him out. But yeah, I'll speak about Ryback another time. This leads us to a backstage promo with Sheamus, you know, babbling on about how Irish crap and cabbage and corned beef or whatever it is, and how he's going to win the Money in the Bank contract and cash it in to become a 3-time WWE champion. It's pretty crap, to be honest, and boring. I mean, I'm actually a fan of Sheamus, despite him getting a lot of criticism in the IWC, but I believe he brings a lot to the table, but I didn't really enjoy this promo. Anyway, this leads us on to Wade Barrett versus Fandango. This match probably came about after Wade Barrett punched Fandango on Raw when Fandango was trying to say his name. Anyway, the match is going on for a little bit. Nothing special, to be honest, but none of these guys, Wade Barrett or Fandango, are very good in the ring. In fact, they're both pretty pants at the moment. But it leads to the Rhodes God. Oh, I forgot to mention Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger with Zeb Coulter were on commentary. And it ends up with the Rhodes Scholars coming out to confront Zeb Coulter and Swagger and Cesaro. And they're arguing, and Wade Barrett's like all confused, what you guys doing? Fandango rolls him up for the 1-2-3 and then runs away down the ramp. And the segment ends there, to be honest, with Fandango sort of looking strong. Are they going for a Fandango Money in the Bank win? I really don't think so, but yeah, he's won a few matches recently, and you never do know. WWE love that shock value. I'll let you know in my preview video my thoughts on who should win and who I think will win. But yeah, I actually enjoyed this because Fandango can be quite funny, but yeah, the build up to the Money in the Bank's been pretty crappy for this match, but let's talk about that another time. Okay, weirdly enough, we're coming to my favourite part of Smackdown, and it was a WWE Divas title contract signing between Caitlyn and AJ Lee, with all the other divas at ringside to keep the order, I suppose. You know, AJ Lee and Caitlyn are, you know, trash talking back and forth. And AJ starts trash talking all the other divas, basically pointing out all their flaws, how she's better than everyone else. Typical heel stuff, but AJ for the first time was actually pretty entertaining on the mic to me, and I was quite enjoying it. Caitlyn was you know, she moves on to start trash talking AJ, really gets in her head about how she's going to beat her and how she's nothing but a man-eating bitch. And this leads to AJ slapping Caitlyn round the face, and this obviously sends Caitlyn on a rage. She really starts going for AJ, but Big E Langston grabs hold of her to try to control her. She breaks free and then slaps Big E Langston right round the face. And then she goes and attacks AJ. This was a really, really good Divas segment. The crowd were into it. They were booing and cheering, and they were quite hot for this, and it was actually really, really entertaining for a Divas segment. Probably the most entertaining Divas segment I've seen in years. I actually really enjoyed this part of the show. How many people can say their best or most favourite part of SmackDown was the Divas contract signing? Just wow. It was actually really good, guys. I very much enjoyed it. So those are my thoughts on that particular segment. Moving on to the next part of SmackDown, we have a rematch from Monday Night Raw of Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. Considering I think their other match must have ended in DQ, or I don't really know, they didn't really explain that, but Alberto Del Rio makes his way to the ring. Sin Cara then comes out and starts, does his entrance, runs in the ring and just starts attacking Del Rio straight away. You know, before the match has got started, Del Rio tries to escape, he runs out the ring, you know, Sin Cara's still going at him, throws him back in the ring, and Sin Cara hits the zigzag and starts doing Ziggler's pose. This was actually really, really funny, I thought. I really, really liked this. It seems like Dolph Ziggler was having fun impersonating Sin Cara. And, yeah, it was good fun. I quite liked it. At first, you don't immediately tell it wasn't Sin Cara, but as soon as he got in the ring, you know, he was far too ripped to be Sin Cara, and he was a bit bigger, and you could quite easily tell it was Dolph Ziggler. You could even see his little blonde hair at the back of his mask. This was the best thing they've done with this rivalry since it started. It was quite fun, and it's the first time I've actually enjoyed Dolph Ziggler as a face. He's finally starting to, evolve his character a bit more into a face. Hopefully, he doesn't become a typical WWE face, and he's still, he has fun like he's doing at the moment, and he's a bit different. I quite enjoyed this, and I hate Del Rio, so it's always nice to see Dolph getting one over on Del Rio. After the match, we ended up seeing backstage, Teddy Long bumping into Dolph and saying, "What the hell were you doing? I told you to go home." And then Sin Cara walks by next to him, and Dolph is like, "Yeah, nice to see you, Sin Cara. You look good out there tonight." And then Dolph Ziggler walks off, and Teddy Long's left confused. It's a pretty good way to build up the match. Not the most best way, I suppose, for a go-home show, but it was entertaining. I still expect Dolph Ziggler to lose the match at Money in the Bank, but you never know. So yeah, that was my thoughts on that. I enjoyed it. Main event time. We have the match that was announced earlier in the night. Randy Orton, the Viper, versus the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Now, this was a pretty good match. I think these two have really good chemistry in the ring together. And I was really enjoying this match. It was back and forth. It was a decent brawl. There wasn't an explanation as to why these two are fighting, but again, that would be me nitpicking like I was earlier. I was enjoying it. Just as Sheamus starts getting the upper hand, goes for the bro kick, misses, goes over the rope. Randy Orton hits his DDT. He's going for the RKO when out comes Daniel Bryan. Just like on Monday Night Raw, he starts attacking Sheamus. He's attacking Orton. He's getting the ladder out under the ring, smashing them with the ladder. Puts it in the middle of the ring. Starts climbing the ladder just like he did on Raw. And then Sheamus stops him. Attacks Bryan, and starts climbing the ladder himself. And then we have, Bryan pulling it back, attacking Sheamus. Bryan's going to go up the ladder again, and then in comes Randy Orton. He hits the RKO on Daniel Bryan, and then ascends the ladder to unhook the briefcase. Just like Daniel Bryan did on Raw. And SmackDown ends with Randy Orton holding the briefcase, placing it on top of the ladder, and pointing to the briefcase as he's walking out the arena. I really liked the main event. I thought the match was good. I thought the aftermath, well, the aftermatch segment was good, and I enjoyed it. The only thing I think's a bit stupid is they're hyping up the Raw Money in the Bank for on the main SmackDown show. Surely it would have been better for one of the SmackDown guys to sort of unhook the briefcase and the show end with a SmackDown guy holding the briefcase. But yeah, that's me nitpicking at it. It just shows the creative and WWE don't give a whole lot of craps about the World Heavyweight title these days, which is a shame because it has a lot of history and respect, that title. But yeah, it was a pretty good go home show for Money in the Bank. I enjoyed SmackDown this week. It had several things I liked, such as the Divas segment, the opening match, the Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio segment, and the main event, Sheamus and Randy Orton. Overall, a really good show, I thought. I thought it was probably better than Raw. Even though Raw had the Bray Wyatt debut, I just really, really enjoyed this. And I really like this show, which is good because SmackDown's been crap for a while now. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Come back soon because my Money in the Bank preview video is going to be uploaded at around about the same time. Hopefully you can view that before the show tonight. You'll get my thoughts, my predictions, my opinion on the build-up, who I should win, among other a few other little topics as well. Hope you enjoyed listening to me on this SmackDown review. Sorry it's been a bit rushed, but it's all been a bit frenetic and done at the last minute because of my personal problems, and I've had to do 3 videos in one day, which didn't leave me a whole lot of time. So I didn't have a whole lot of choice to a whole lot of time to really analyze things properly this week. So my review is a little bit rushed. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming to Ignition Wrestling. I am your host, the Gavmeister. See you guys soon.